What's up, y'all? We are back. This is episode 11 of the Houston Astros Out of the Park Baseball 26 playthrough series. We're here September 1st, 2029. The Astros are 79 and 56, first place in the AL West division. Currently second best record in the AL, third best record in baseball. It's been a really, really good 2 months, and I think this team's really starting to put it together. Unfortunately, we're like way behind the Orioles, so like a first seed isn't reasonable, but we can definitely fight for one of those first round buys. That would be fantastic. This Orioles team is just incredible. So 90 and 45 at this point. They're probably on pace to win like 110 games, if not more than that. So we're not that good, but we're definitely trending in the right direction. And really cool, like ERA guys, we have the top three in the AL. With Christopher Sanchez, who's just been, one of the best pitchers, one of the best seasons I've ever seen from like a mid guy, like at least ratings wise. He's been so freaking good. 2.04 ERA, and he honestly just keeps getting better. Like his last string of starts have been phenomenal. Every month he's balled out. In August, a .81 ERA in 33 innings. This is great stuff from Sanchez. I'm so sad we're not going to be able to bring him back for what he's going to be asking. His price tag just keeps going up. I think last time we checked in, he was at 25 for 5. Now he's at 33 for 6. Yeah, we'll get a comp pick for him, and I don't think he'll ever do this again, but he's been insane. Nicola Dolo's had a fantastic second half here. Check out his month of August, a 106 ERA in 34 innings. Just about as good as Sanchez there. He's been awesome. Zach Eflin continues to pitch really well. He hasn't been quite as good recently. His August, more of a 4.34 ERA. But July and May were really good months, and April as well. Eflin's been great. And I guess we can look through the rest of the pitching staff here. Logan Webb, after being a bit shaky when he first came back, has definitely pitched better here down the stretch. He came back. Let's see. Yeah, he came back end of June, had 2 good starts, and then a pretty bad one here. Had a good one, then 3 pretty rough starts in a row. But since then, he's kind of righted the ship, and his numbers are starting to look more reasonable on the season. 3.38 ERA. Not quite as good as he was the last 2 years for us, but still a good season from Webb. And then Aiden Curry, man, he's been awesome as a 5th starter. He just keeps getting better as the season goes on. So that he's been a big win. Mason Miller out of the bullpen, he's been incredible in 13 innings, taking over as the closer, has 10 saves already. Gregory Soto hasn't given up a run in 15 innings for us. He's been a great pickup. Gonzalez, still struggling a bit. It's really just the home runs that are his real issue at the moment. Hopefully he can correct that as the season goes on. Wellington Herrera, he's been pretty solid this season. Justin Martinez continues to be a good arm, although he has fallen off here in the second half after a great first half. Dylan Floro, he's been pretty average this season, but does seem to be trending in the right direction. And Joel Payamps, he's had a couple bad games, man. It has not been a good year for him, all things considered. We do have Tim Levette up. He's pitched 9 innings for us in relief. The results aren't great or anything, but he's been pretty good. We just called back up Trent Hodgkin and Juan Soto, not the Mets player, but this pitcher. He was on our 40 man. I never really played him in the majors yet, so I'm just going to give him a couple games, see what he can do. He has some theoretical upside as a 26-year-old. Rest of the pitching staff, Ethan Pecco was up for a few games. He pitched 4 innings. Didn't do too much for us, and that's pretty much it. Our 40-man's pretty barren at this point. Giovanni Rodriguez, he must have got hurt. I was hoping he can make a push up to AAA because he's still on the 40 man. I think he'll be out of options next year. Yeah. So I'll have to make a decision on him at some point. Offensively, it's been really good, man. A lot of guys have just gone off to start the second half. Drew Romo being one of them. He's got his OPS plus up to over 100. His last, July and August, a 140 and change WRC plus. He's been awesome the last couple months. He's given us a big jolt in the bottom of the order. We have Malcolm Moore, Campbell Smith with two backup catchers at the moment. Moore has had a really, really rough go of it this season. After a real breakout season last year, he has not been able to follow it up. Isn't playing as much. We just haven't, last year he was playing a lot of DH because Jordan got hurt, but Jordan's been fairly healthy this season. So the plate appearances haven't been there for Moore, and that's probably the reason he hasn't been great. But we did call up Campbell Smith again because I kind of see him as the long-term backup. Moore might have some trade value. He'll start getting more expensive. And we'll see what happens with those two. Tristan Cassis, man, he's had a great second half and a really good run of it recently. He's up to 23 home runs. His power wasn't really there in the first half. He was rocking like a 110 WRC plus as of the last check-in, but the last month he's gone off, as a lot of our guys have. Check out in August a 215 WRC plus, 11 bombs. I mean, just a great month to get his numbers back on track. Now he's kind of on pace to have his best season as an Astro, or at least equivalent to the last two. Jaron Evankula, he's been fine as our second baseman. He's still young. He's still not really fully developed, but he's a slightly below league average bat. His defense hasn't been very good over at second base, but he's not like miserably bad. He's still a positive WAR player, even if just barely. But Aaron Estrada has been getting a lot of those at bats. He's fallen off a bit, but still a league average guy. Can play everywhere around the infield, the outfield. He's mostly been second base and left field this year. The left field playing time obviously getting more sporadic with Langford coming in. Herman Ramirez definitely a step back from last season. Not that he was great last year, but we got him kind of in a true platoon with Evankula, and he has been better against lefties, but actually that might not even be true. Yeah, it's been a tough year. If that power can't come along, he's more of just like a quad A player, I think. But he's still young, only 23. Zach Neto, man, he's had a great second half as well. He's got his he was up in like the above 110 for his WRC plus for a bit. Another guy who just had a great month of July, mostly a 216, 214 WRC plus, and a really nice month of August as well. So he kind of bounced back after a pretty miserable first 3 months of the year. Particularly that April just dragged him down. But besides that, he's been a really nice player. Getting hot at the right time. Starlin Caba, the bat hasn't been nearly where it was last season. The glove still elite. So we're not going to complain with that. But, long term, I like him at shortstop. But I don't know. If like an upgrade came along with like a 70 range guy who was like a more league average type hitter, I'd definitely move on from Caba. But as of right now, we're fine with him as our weakest link in the order. Kind of our only true weak link with Romo playing well and Evankula holding his own. We did just call up Andrew Salas, guy we got in the trade from Miami, along with Caba and Fabian Lopez. He'd spent a year and a half up in AAA. Didn't really play that well, but he's a good defender. Maybe a replacement for Caba, or like at least a platoon guy with him. They're both switch hitters, so platoon doesn't make sense. Langford has struggled a bit since coming over. He was a 1,000 OPS guy in Texas. Now he's like a 765, 108 WRC plus. I think better days are ahead for him. He's too good of a player to not pick things up. And we just kind of saw the same thing with Jackson Merrill when he came over. Just kind of a slow start. So I'm not going to panic with him. He still leads the team in WAR technically, even though a lot of it wasn't for us. Jacob Melton, man, he's just a great fourth outfielder to have. Slightly below league average with the bat. but can play all outfield positions pretty damn well. He'll be around as long as we don't upgrade from him. And then Jackson Merrill, great year from him. Nice bounce back from last year. Like, he was fine, but this year is like the guy we paid for. On pace for 6 WAR, 35 bombs, which would be a career high. The walk rates ticked up quite a bit. 0.5, probably more around probably above his career average. He's just had a really nice year, and also stolen 26 bases already. So could be a 30-30 guy this year. And then Rainer Arias, hasn't really followed up the insane MVP season he had last year, but he's definitely been a great player for us. On pace for 5 WAR. No regrets with that contract, although he's fragile, so we got to keep our eyes on that. Definitely send him to the lab to try to work on that this offseason. And Yordan Alvarez, man, the last remaining piece of the original team, and this could be his last season here, especially because the year he's had, he's probably going to price us out. If he comes back for another 1 year, $20 million deal, I'll bring him back, but might be more of a comp pick guy. 129 WRC plus. He's turned things on here in the second half. He's been freaking pretty damn healthy all season. Honestly, minus the April, he's been fantastic this season. He's already played like the most games he's played since 2025 by a country mile, honestly. And, he hasn't dealt with too many lingering things this season. So to try to keep him healthy, I'm actually just going to play Malcolm Moore every third game at DH. Try to keep him off the field as much as possible because we could really use him for the playoffs. As for other guys, Kenny Gomez was up for a bit. Didn't really stick. I don't know. I don't know what the deal with him is. He might be a trade guy this offseason. Cesar Hernandez hasn't been up this year, and that's pretty much it. Jeff Huffins went down with the torn back muscle. Matt Scott unfortunately went down with a torn back muscle as well. He wound up making another spot start. Was really good in it, and then sent him back down. And then immediately got hurt. He's 25, man. I don't know if he's gonna get to his ceiling. It's getting late, early. So Andres Munoz also hurt. I kind of put him on the phantom IL. He's had a couple of rough games in a row, so ballooned his ERA almost a point in the matter of 3 games. Davey Cruz, not a huge deal, but a guy who pitched sporadically for us. He goes out for the season with a torn labrum. Logan Webb dealing with a little shoulder stuff here, so might have to push back his start. We will do that. We'll have Sanchez go next game. So there's the kind of update where we are. 79 and 56. And expanded standings, we are still underachieving by 6 games according to our run differential. I think a lot of that's due to our record in 1-run games isn't great. A lot of these top teams, 24 and 10, 27 and 16. These top teams, they win games. They win 1-run games because they're they have good bullpens and stuff like that. Notably, the Orioles were 70 and 27 at the All-Star break. I didn't pay attention to that too much, but that's insane. Post All-Star break, they've been much more average, and we've been the second best team in baseball since the All-Star break. We're just a well-rounded team. I mean, extra inning games, we haven't been great. 1-run games, not great. Away, we've been quite bad. So just a little snapshot of what's going on with the team. So we're going to keep simming ahead. I don't know if we'll come back for the playoffs. If anything interesting happens, we'll jump in. But for now, we'll be back when there's an update. Okay, folks, we are back. It is the start of the playoffs. A pretty uneventful end of the season. We did have, unfortunately, an injury the last game of the season. Yordan, who had played 133 games, it was the healthiest he's been since the first year of this save. went down with knee tendonitis very last game. Wound up getting 2 hits in the game, and he finished 3 home runs in the last 2 games. And he had a great year. He could be back later in the playoffs if we make it that far. But yeah, he'll be missing at least the first couple rounds here. Uchida, be back in 1 to 2 weeks, so could be back for next series for the ALCS if we make it that far. That'd be super exciting. We've won 97 games without him making $45 million. But that's going to be exciting when he's back. And, our pitching finished first in runs against. It wasn't due to overpowering stuff, 11th in strikeouts, but we kept the ball in the ballpark, let our defense do all the work. First in zone rating, first in defensive efficiency, 8th in errors, but who cares about errors? And then our offense really turned things around in the second half. I think we were 11th or so before the Langford trade and before the second half of the season kicked off. We finished 4th in runs scored, top 5 pretty much down the board minus base running, and just about middle tier in stolen bases. There wasn't any incredible months. Langford definitely picks things up though. He had a great month of his pitching ratings. He had a great month of September, 178 WRC plus. So definitely happy with how he finished the year, and hopefully he can bring that into the playoffs with us. Besides that, it was kind of business as usual. Jackson Merrill finishes stolen base short of a 30-30 season, but still 6 WAR, awesome year for him. Rainer Arias, a step back from last year, but still put up 5 WAR, 132 WRC plus. The home runs were down, but overall, still a good year for Arias. Casas, great year from him, 131 OPS plus, about what we'd expect of him. He's been incredibly consistent. And his defense improved as well this season. Something that, he was pretty bad over at first base, more average this season. So his WAR up to 4, despite being kind of the same bat he's been the last few seasons. And the dude just goes out there and plays every day. Zach Neto finished strong, a 116 WRC plus after a brutal first month. 31 home runs. Great season from him. He's been Mr. Consistent for us. I guess he's only been on the team for 2 years, but he's been consistent both seasons. Aaron Estrada, league average hitter. He's going to be a starting second baseman coming into the playoffs. Jacob Melton finished really strong in, he only played 83 games this year just because our outfield's pretty stacked. But in those games, he finished really strong. 1.6 WAR in just 83 games. Full season, he's a 3-win player. Good defense out in the outfield. He's our starting left fielder coming into the playoffs. Langford's going to move to DH with Jordan out. Drew Romo finished about a league average bat. He's had 2 really nice seasons in a row. The framing about where he's been with us, so no complaints with that. The power a little bit down, only 6 home runs this year, but that stuff's always volatile. And then Starling Caba, not the best season with the bat. Definitely a step back from last year, but still brings elite defense over at shortstop. One other story was Andrew Salas. So I called him up, played 7 games for us, batted 400 in those 25 plate appearances. So he's not on the playoff roster or anything, but just a fun little storyline there. And Campbell Smickwith actually is going to come into the playoffs as our backup catcher. He finished super strong. You see a bunch of multi-hit games in here. And Malcolm Moore did not finish strong. He was quite bad this season, man. Under 200 average, 50 WRC plus, negative WAR. We had the opportunity to trade him. It's kind of what happens when you hold on to guys that have a flash in the pan season. Bullpen wise, Mason Miller got hurt toward the beginning of September. Was out for a few weeks. It was a blessing in disguise. We did just fine without him, and now he's fully healthy coming into the playoffs. And same story with Christopher Sanchez, who had a fantastic season. Unfortunately, he got hurt at the beginning of September after the start, and then missed 3 weeks or so. came back and threw one pitch, and it must have just been like one of those weird injuries where he left the game, didn't actually become hurt. But yeah, he's pitched like 2 innings in the last month, so he's our game one starter. But he had a fantastic season, which is why he's the game one starter. Just incredible. I don't think he'll win Cy Young based on the innings pitched and how he missed the last month of the season, but it was a great year for Sanchez. And then Logan Webb, he'll be our game two starter. Wound up pitching 20 games for us. He dealt with the injury at the beginning of the year. Pretty much in line with where he's been FIP-wise. The ERA a little bit higher, but still a good season from him. Lodolo finished strong, an ERA under 3. Just doesn't throw a ton of innings. That's his only issue. He's our 3 starter. And Zach Eflin, man, great year from him. Under 3 ERA. He was the one thing that saved us is that we did not give up any home runs as a staff. Zach Eflin gave up like 1.1 home runs per 9. That's like nothing. So he was like our leader in home runs allowed, but he also didn't walk anyone. Struck out a fair amount for what he brings to the table, and threw 173 innings, which led the team. So great season from Eflin, man. I didn't think I was going to pick up this option, but I think I'm going to, this $10 million option. I mean, he's been on the team for 4 years now, and he's been very, very solid in each one. So he'll probably hang around for his age 36 season next year. Gregory Soto, just incredible, 24 innings for us. That pickup's been worth it. Aiden Curry as a starter. He's going to be pitching out of the bullpen, but he had a great season. Everything I could have asked for in his first full year as a starter. Wellington Herrera got beat up in the last game of the season, but overall not a bad year. Justin Martinez, a nice season. He's a free agent after the year. Probably won't be bringing him back. But it was good to see Martinez bounce back because he had the slew of injuries. He had the bone chips in his elbow, the setback, missed basically all of last year and half of 2027. But came back this year, stayed healthy, and had a nice season. Andres Munoz, he got hurt mid-August, came back mid-September. Little shaky down the stretch, but not a bad year from him. Dylan Floro finished really strong. He wound up moving up to a higher leverage role. So August and September, honestly, July, August, September were really good for him after a tough start to the year. And then Joel Payamps, tough year for him. We have him for a team option next year of $4 million. Not sure if I'll pick that up. And then, Wilkham and Gonzalez, just an insane year, not in a good way. With 11 wins and 10 losses, which kind of tells you that he was kind of the deciding factor in a lot of these games. He gives up 4 runs here, wound up losing. Gives up 3 runs here, wound up losing. Gives up a run here to tie the game, then he winds up picking up the win. Just incredibly inconsistent. September was brutal for him. And I don't have a ton of faith in him coming into the playoffs here, considering how hot and cold he's been this year. Wound up saving 27 games, but that just shows you saves do not matter because he also blew 9. So a tough year for Gonzalez. In his first real shot to be the closer, didn't really go too well. And Mason Miller, he's coming in, going to take the role. Gregory Soto right behind him. Aiden Curry in the 7th inning. So we're going in with 13 pitchers. I usually like to do 12, but just kind of how things worked out. I want all those guys. And then we do have Kenny Gomez on here. Don't expect him to play a ton. Jared Evan Kula definitely cooled off at the end of the year, but he's on the playoff roster as kind of an extra bat if we need it. And fun news, Jason DeCaro, I did call him up for 4 games. Walked a ton of guys, didn't strike anyone out. The results were fine enough, but yeah, for a 3rd overall pick, at least he made the majors and he earned it too. It was unfortunate that, he was kind of like balling out in the minor leagues, even though his ratings didn't reflect it. He was pretty good. And then, end of last year gets hurt, misses most of the season, winds up throwing 2 innings in AAA. And then I called him up. I didn't really pitch too much this year, but fun to see him make the majors. Franklin Gill, I called him up, didn't get an appearance, unfortunately. I kind of wanted him to. Trent Hodgkin, don't really have a ton of faith in this guy. He's 26, has upside, but hasn't really gotten to it. I gave him 20 innings this year and didn't strike out anyone, walked too many guys. Juan Soto, he was up for a few games. Kind of same story with him. No strikeouts, a few too many walks in 8 innings. Didn't give up a run, though. And that's pretty much it. So let's go into the playoffs here. We have Cleveland, who did just barely sneak into the playoffs, 82 and 80. Looks like this league was pretty top heavy. 2 82 and 80 teams made it. So I did thoroughly take a look at them. I don't want to say they're not an impressive team because, it's an achievement to make it past that wild card round. But they basically have Jason Churio, who's a good player, damn good player, and Travis Bazzana, who's another really good player. And outside of that, just kind of meh. Cole Emerson's okay. He's a nice defender over at third base. Gabriel Arias, a good defensive player. Not much with the bat. Seiya Suzuki's not what he used to be, even though he's a league average hitter. Bo Naylor, league average guy. So, the offense, nothing really too crazy. They did finish in 6th in runs scored. So that's something. And then the pitching staff, not great. This guy's their ace. He had a nice year, but doesn't really scare me. Ryan Nelson, Alec Marsh, Kevin Gossman, the corpse of Kevin Gossman, still throwing innings for them. Ben Joyce had a 6.5 ERA for them. He's their closer. Casey Mize, you get the point. This is not a terribly scary team. So hopefully we can take care of business here. We'll have Ryan Nelson, Christopher Sanchez here in game 1. Here's the lineups. Here's the rotation, bullpen. Let's do it. In Houston, 2029 ALDS. We win 5-1. Nice day for the top of the order. Casas and Arias drive in 4 runs total. Estrada drives in the other. Christopher Sanchez, 5 1/3, no hit innings. They pull him. Gonzalez throws 2 shutty. Curry gives up a run, but Miller closes it out. So great game 1. Sanchez living up to the billing, man. He's been so freaking good this year. And now we'll have Logan Webb, our highest paid current pitcher on the roster. That's active at least. Game 2, we win 5-3. Zach Neto drives in 3 runs. Looks like he has a homer in this one. Estrada drives in another. Arias drives in 1. And Logan Webb, nice quality start. Gave us some innings and gave us a chance to win this one. Aiden Curry, nice in relief, and Miller closes it out. So 11 off day, and then it'll be Lodolo versus Schlesinger. I'll go with that. Is he a real life guy? Oh, 4th round pick back in 2024. Okay. Very interesting. So, a couple of lefties on the bump. That means who the heck's starting? We'll have Ramirez in the lineup for that over at second base. So, Lodolo, Schlesinger. We win 6-4 in 10 innings. Lodolo's hurt. He should be fine for next series. Arias, man, big series for him, and he wins series MVP. No surprise there. 3 hits, 2 RBIs in this one. 2 homers in the set. Almost 2,000 OPS. Wrong guy. Almost 2,000 OPS. Merrill, nice series for him. Langford does a great job. Bottom of the order, not much offensively, but they bring the defense. Lodolo got hurt after 3. He was pitching really well. Pyamps, he's up 3 runs, doesn't get an out, gives up 3 solo home runs, and they pull him. Oh my God, that's horrible. I might have to leave him off the playoff the roster next series. But Herrera picks him up. Floro, Soto, and Miller, great job out of the pen. And then we want to see an error by the left fielder, and that was the difference. A Neto non-RBI. Okay, so we wound up sweeping Cleveland. take care of business against them, and I hope we don't have to face the Orioles, but I'm guessing that's going to be the case. And we will. The Baltimore Orioles, who wind up finishing, and look at what their record was, 106-56. And if there's one silver lining, I mean, we were a way better team in the second post All-Star break. And we're 8-2 in our last 10. They're 6-4. I would say this is a pretty even series, man. Our team played much better after we made some moves to shore up the bullpen and bring in Langford and all that good stuff. So I am going to remove Payamps from the playoff roster. I can't see it. And then it's really going to... Uchida's back in 3 days, man. Like, let's do it. We're going to add him. And, oh, shoot. I got to put him on the 40. And the 40-man's full. Yeah, probably time. He's out of options next year anyway. We'll see if someone claims him. Okay, activate. And we will place on the playoff roster. So Uchida is available for a game 3 if we want to start him. Looks like he's lost a little bit of juice. I did just get a new scouting report on him. He's still a damn good player, but just a little bit of juice, especially in the stuff department. Man, do I just want to make him like a... I think I might just make him like a stopper. Let's do 7th and close game with him. How about 8th? 8th and close game. We'll have Soto in the 7th, and Curry can move to a more low leverage role. But we'll still use him more often. We'll try that out because I have faith in our rotation for sure. Okay, so we kind of are familiar with this Orioles team. We faced them last year. They went to the World Series after beating us in 7 games. They went up 3-0. We wound up coming back, and then they took Game 7, unfortunately. This team's just really well-rounded. 2nd in run score, 3rd in runs against. They're not really dealing with any major injuries. These guys are kind of not important players. Colton Cowser, Jackson Holliday, Sammy Basallo, Kobe Mayo, Ethan Conrad. He's a decent enough player. Merrick Houston, Jordan Westberg. The offense is pretty good. It does fall off after the 4-hitter Kobe Mayo. Like, these top 4 are kind of going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. So if we can avoid that, and it might be a good idea to stack my team with lefties if we have another lefty arm somewhere, just to deal with this first 3. Pitching wise, Grayson Rodriguez looks like he hasn't pitched at all this season, at least in the regular season. But he's their ace. Dean Kramer as their 2. Nestor Cortez is their 3. Brandon Pfaadt is their 4 starter. So an unspectacular yet solid rotation that can definitely hold their own against with their offense that they have. Brock Stewart out of the bullpen. He's a nice arm. Carlos Rodon. Looks like he pitched out of the bullpen for a lot of the season. The bullpen not nearly as good as ours. They finished 5th in bullpen ERA. We finished 2nd. So I think we have an advantage in the starting pitch and bullpen. They might have like a slight advantage, but I think it's more of a push offensively. So I guess we'll see what happens here. So let's do it. Game 1 in Baltimore. Dean Kramer, Christopher Sanchez, ALCS rematch of the 2028 ALCS. Team's very familiar, and we win 4-3, come out, take an early series lead. Wyatt Langford, 3 hits, 2 ribbies. Looks like a homer, and then Drew Romo also had a homer. Sanchez, a nice quality start, kept us in it. Munoz gets the win. Soto and Miller close it out. And we have the International Showcase. So let me just hop into that really quick. Okay, so, oh my goodness. The guy doesn't look bad. Like him. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Invite him to training. Yeah. Willie Rodriguez is interesting. This guy's kind of fun. The avoid case is just crazy. I'll invite him. Why not? Fuku. Q. He's Australian. Interesting. Marco Vega. He's not bad. I kind of don't hate just getting first base only guys. This guy I definitely like. Not too stacked this year with top end talent. Danny Madrigal, fragile. Go Roman. I like his defense. Is a good starting point as a 16-year-old. George Diaz, work on that eye. He could be a nice player. Nice defensive catcher. Extreme development, but no worries. Okay. International scouting. Okay. I don't know. This Robbie Avila guy, 3-pitch guy, but it's worth a gamble on him. Roberto Garcia, we can bring him too. Now, why not Hector Lopez? Or out of room. Never mind. We'll scout these guys, run practice. Okay, so back to the playoffs. Logan Webb, and he will be facing Nestor Cortez here in Game 2, who had a nice season for Baltimore, and honestly, a damn nice career he turned out. It feels like he's always been really good in the save, and he has kind of more of a swingman at this point. Well, he was, and now he's more of just a starter, but he's been great. So Logan Webb, Nestor Cortez here in Game 2, looking to take a 2-0 series lead, and we do 5-2 victory. Drew Romo, a pair of hits. Looks like, Serman Ramirez, a home run. Drew Romo had a triple, doubles by Arias and Langford. Great team win. The pitching does a great job. Webb, a great start. Soto, Herrera, Miller close it out. So we have an off day, and now we could throw Uchida if we want here. How did Lodolo? Yeah, he got hurt. I'd almost rather have Lodolo come out of the pen against these guys because, he is a lefty, and I'm a little scared about their lefties that they have. I'm actually gonna make Lodolo let's make him the stopper. I'm gonna start Uchida in this. It's actually, I don't know. Yeah, I'll start Lodolo. We're gonna put Uchida back in that role. It's kind of just for the vibes, and it's kind of fun. So we'll start Lodolo here. It could come back to haunt me, but they are pretty lefty heavy. Okay, so, yeah, it's smart to start Lodolo here. So we'll have Grayson Rodriguez, Nick Lodolo. We're in Houston for 3. We can take it home, winning 2 out of 3 here in the home ballpark. Lodolo, Grayson Rodriguez. We go up 7-4, or we win 7-4, go up 3-0 in the series. Jackson Merrill, 2 ribbies. He got hurt. Oh my God. Can never have nice things, man. 2 hits for Romo, 2 hits for Caba. Lodolo, a nice start. And Uchida, man, 3 innings, 1 run, picks up the win in his first appearance back in over a year. Love to see that. Let's hope the Jackson Merrill thing isn't too serious. I don't really have a backup center fielder at the moment. It's probably Melton, then we go Gomez. Or we can go Avancula at second. Damn, it sucks. Sucks to not have him, man. It's brutal. Okay, so let's not have Kenny Gomez batting third. Langford. Push him down there. We don't have to worry about the lefty yet. Okay, so Zach Eflin, Brandon Pfaadt here, looking to sweep the Orioles here and go to the World Series. We lose 7-2. Tough game. Eflin, not a great start. Gonzalez, Curry give up a few runs. And the offense definitely missed Jackson Merrill in that one. And he's day-to-day for 1 week, so we're good. We dodge a bullet. His hitting's moderate. We're just gonna have to roll with it. I mean, this is it. So fortunately we're sending you out to War Jackson. He's not affected defensively, is he? No, he's not. Blurred vision. Yikes. Okay. So Dean Kramer, Christopher Sanchez, rematch of game 1, a game that we took. Let's do it. Kramer, Sanchez, 3-1 series, and we win. We're going to the World Series for the first time in this series. Estrada drove in 2 runs. Langford drove in a pair as well. And he winds up winning ALCS MVP for us. What a trade that was, man. That worked out so well. Christopher Sanchez, just one of the best seasons you'll ever see. Fantastic season. And if he was counting playoffs, he deserves to win Cy Young because he's been great in 3 starts. And Floro and Munoz close it out. The bullpen great in that series, at least when it mattered. So now we will go to the World Series here. We took down Baltimore, kind of the giant of the AL, and it's not too surprising considering how we played in the second half and how they kind of fell off from a really good first half. So now we will face the New York Mets, who, if I remember correctly, have been pretty consistently good throughout the save. Yeah, so they've won between 90 and 94 games the last 4 seasons. So a really good team overall. They still got Juan Soto in the building. He's been good as a Met. Not amazing or anything, but definitely had his best season this year. We got Francisco Alvarez, Brandon De Olio, nice little player. Jet Williams, top prospect in real life. Ryan Clifford, Victor Mesa, Lindor is still hanging around here. Not really a defensive shortstop he used to be. So they're second in runs scored. Pitching wise, Zach Gallen's their ace. We have Jacob Kmatz, Ranger Suarez, and Tai Hoon Kim. And in the bullpen, they have Johan Duran, Jonah Tong, Alberto Mota, Dustin May. I mean, he's not even like a high leverage guy for them. Sam Henches. Oh my God. Yeah, their bullpen is freaking insane. Oh my God. Brandon Brady's just like a complete afterthought. And then they have the corpse of Jose Barrios hanging around here. But I mean, geez, that bullpen is way better than ours. I'm kind of scared, but we do have the ace in our hand, or whatever the hell the saying is, in Uchida. Maybe it's worth just starting him. Yeah, I mean, over Zach Eflin, I think that's probably smart. I'll have him go in a game 3, so we can use him in a game 7 if we need him. Let's use Eflin as a long reliever. Then we'll move Curry up to more high leverage. Okay. So game 1, World Series 2029, our first time to the Fall Classic in this series. The 91-win Mets go up against the 97-win Astros. And let's do it. Christopher Sanchez, Zach Gallen, game 1. We lose 9-2 in a bit of a blowout. Sanchez gets beat up pretty bad. Eflin not great in relief, but not much going against Zach Gallen either for offense, for us offensively. So tough game 1. We'll send Logan Webb to the mound for game 2 against Jacob Kmatz. And we take it 5-4. Even up the series, Wyatt Langford, another 4 hits, man. He's been insane. Arias has been incredible as well. Jackson Merrill continues to fight through the injury. It looks like he's fully back. And Estrada's had a nice little postseason as well. Logan Webb, not the best start in the world, but the bullpen, man, they continue to rock out. Soto, Curry, Miller. So we have an off day, and we will head to New York for 3. We'll have Uchida on the mound. A little risky doing this, but we're going to go for it. He's our best pitcher. He's making $45 million. Get out there and ball out, dude. And I have full faith in him. Ranger Suarez against Uchida here in game 3. We win 4-3. Gonzalez goes out for a week. Jordan's back in 2 days. Yeah, he'll be back for the World Series. Rainer Arias, 3 hits. Langford continues to just absolutely demolish postseason pitching. Uchida, he didn't go deep into this game or anything, threw 76 pitches, but kept us in it. The bullpen does a fantastic job. Zach Eflin, 3 shutout innings. Then hands it over to Curry and Miller to close it out. And we win 4-3. So take a 2-1 series lead here in the World Series. We will have Nick Lodolo on the mound against Tai-Hoon Kim. Looking to go up 3-1 in the set in New York, game 4. We win 9-5. We are 1 win away from our first World Series victory. And, dude, this guy's fucking insane. I mean, what a playoffs, man. He's batting 500. And Rainer Arias is batting 400 with 4 home runs himself. Those guys have honestly single-handedly carried this offense. I mean, Estrada's been quite good as well, so I can't say that much. And Merrill's been fine too. Lodolo did not go deep into the game, but Herrera picked him up. Munoz gave up a few runs, but Soto was able to close out the victory. It was like, yeah, just an insane game. Tristan Casas also had a homer in this one. All right, so we have a chance to win here the World Series in New York. Christopher Sanchez against Zach Gallen, rematch of game 1, a game that they wound up taking by a pretty substantial margin. So Sanchez, Gallen for the World Series. And we're going to have a cliffhanger here. Imagine if this crashed right now. Oh my God. We lose 5-4. Jeez. Sanchez was great. Martinez and Soto give up a few runs. Unfortunate. We're up 3-2 in the series, but we get to go back to Houston, where we've been so good this season. We'll have Logan Webb against Jacob Kmatz, rematch of game 2. Let's do it. Game 6. We win 6-2, take home the World Series here in our 5th season. Is that correct? Is this our 5th season? Let's see, 25, 26, 27. Yep, our 5th season. We take home the World Series, man. What a year. We did it all pretty much without our best player in theory, a guy making $45 million. He came back and added some life to the pitching staff in the playoffs, and we'll be happy to have him back next year. But man, the fact we did that all without him, Jordan, we didn't have him for the playoffs, and kind of just this ragtag group at the bottom of the order, followed by a bunch of stars at the top. So, man, what a season! The pitching staff, insane. Christopher Sanchez, a season for the ages, and a tough luck loser in. I guess he didn't lose the game, but a tough luck loss in that one for him. The game that the bullpen kind of blew open. But man, Mason Miller, what a pickup he was. He was absolutely lights out in the playoffs. And these were all close games that he came into. And he didn't give up a single run. Man, just an amazing pickup. Gregory Soto, had a rough couple games at the end. But overall, he was lights out when we picked him up. Aiden Curry, really good out of the bullpen and as a starter during the regular season. So yeah, what a year. What a year. We take home the World Series, and now we have to try to defend our title next year. But thank you all so much for watching. Very happy we were able to get it done this year, and we'll see you guys in the off season for what's in store then. So thank you again. We'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.